So this is the latest Volkswagen Caddy, and what I'm going to be doing today is just taking you for a little walk around the whole vehicle and showing you all these extra little details that the vehicle has. Okay, so the Caddy comes in a few trim levels as well. This one is the standard trim, and then the next one up, which comes with a few extra little details, is called the Life trim. This one has a 2-litre diesel engine, which is a manual gearbox, but you can also get that in a diesel engine as well with a DSG gearbox, which also has a slightly higher power output. Interior of the VW Caddy, so it's designed to be very robust and very tough. So you've got it's very plasticky, the dashboard, but it's, you know, robust. So if you're throwing your books on there, your pens, or what people tend to do in vans anyways, loading it up with loads of various miscellaneous stuff. Again, that steering wheel, very typical Volkswagen feeling of a steering wheel. It's got a slightly tapered flat bottom, nice grip around it as well. And again, it's got this like rubbery, plasticky feel to it. Again, but it's going to be hard wearing, you know, when you're out on the building sites using the van, or, you know, all those tough jobs, getting in and out constantly if you're doing deliveries and something like that. It's going to, you know, hold up to the job as well. And then that follows through exactly onto the door cards coming around. It's just a very tough interior. It's not the most glamorous that you'll have in the world, but actually being that way round, it's designed for the purpose, and the designers of Volkswagen have clearly thought that in mind. So on the dash, you also got obviously your typical rev gauge, speedo and stuff. On the higher and some of the newer facelift models as well, that is a full digital dash as well. But on the standard spec, it's just like the old analog style. But you do get a hint, or hints in here, of effectively the taste of more of the modern era. So most of the buttons, as you start up on the right hand side here, this is where you can control the lights and everything, rather than having it on the stalks, which is what most people are probably used to. Volkswagen have kind of gone down a different route and had it all put here in the dashboard. Again, for even in interior lights at the top, it's all touch buttons, which for something like this, if you're wearing gloves or etc., I feel like if you're in a car or something, completely fine. But I find, just personally in a van like this, I would prefer more mechanical, physical buttons which you can touch and use and everything else. And that follows through onto the infotainment system. So with that as well, you've got your climate control, which again is all digitalized on this touch screen. Again, personally, for something like this, I prefer all the physical buttons where you have a good feedback from them, so you know you've put an input into it if you're turning a temperature up or down, for example. But again, you come onto the steering wheel and they've kept all of that. So they've kept all of the buttons, they kept everything like so, and it just makes it a lot more appealing really for your day-to-day usage of a van. One thing to mention on here as well, it does have an electronic handbrake. You have got an option to do like an auto hold as well, so if you come to a light, it will just apply the handbrake for you. But when you pull off, you don't need to press it, which is good. And again, this kind of follows through into other manufacturers as well. You just bring the clutch up and start accelerating, and as it feels the tension, it will just release the handbrake for you. And it does really help when you have like hill starts and stuff, and especially if you've got a big capacity in the back, it's really useful as well. So on the new Caddy, obviously it's got a brand new design of brake light all on the back. Again, the higher end models have more of an LED option as well. In the back of this one, normally they're obviously all ply lined, or you've got the metal interiors, but this one's actually got it's felt interior, all very soft on the sides, and including the roof lining as well. And on the base of it, it's actually got like a rubber mat, so to speak, all the way through back to front, which is great for holding the parcels in case you've got anything in there, or whatever you're holding in the back. It's going to prevent it from sliding around and so on. But yeah, it's a very nice rear interior on the back of this one, and obviously they all come in different specifications as well to suit. The performance stats of the Volkswagen Caddy, it's not the best performance vehicle, however it does do 0 to 60 in 13 seconds, but that does give you a return MPG of 56, or in other numbers, 600 miles out of a tank of fuel. So the Volkswagen Caddy, it's available today to purchase from us at Otter Vale Motor Services. All the details are in the description down below.